Okay. Please. Please work. Okay. We're gonna. Hmm. We're gonna do this. Okay. I accidentally took a screenshot. It's fine. But we're gonna turn on game capture. Just capture in Minecraft. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Crash report. Got it. Come on. We're gonna play it again though. It should be better now. The stream at least. I think I messed up my video settings comparably to everything else in my life. I'd love it if it let me play. Um, hello. Wait. Okay, latency's the same. I don't care if it needs to be converted. What is this? Hold up now. Hold up. OBS? Let's just waltz around real quick. OBS, what are you doing? Wait. Oh no, I'm moving it. It's just not showing. But why? Why aren't you showing OBS? What? 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 You were fine earlier. It does need to be this game capture device. I'll try this one. They want to record in the same way, so this is gonna be hectic if it's not. This is okay. OBS, please load it. Please load it. Is it? Why does this one not want to work now? Why is it giving me such trouble? Why do you want to do this to me, OBS? Why? Why must you hurt me like this? Um, uh, wait. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. What happened? Um, alright. So I think I solved the issue. Issue was, first of all, let's infinite lava source, let's go. Issue was that, I didn't have two game captures on. This is my help. We're just gonna go we're just gonna go to a casual mining spot, okay? We're just gonna go casual. Alright, we're gonna bring a sword. I'm bringing an axe. An axe to you are gonna bring that. We don't do we no, we don't want that food. Where did the food go? Where did the food go? Oh, here. Is that all we want to take? We'll take some wood too. Just a little bit, just a little bit. I should probably like play some non-copyrighted music, huh? I don't know. Also, my mouse is being weird, so I switched to my bad keyboard. The one that's got sticky keys on it. Yeah, it's awful. Wait, is the quality better? I didn't check that. Is the quality better? I have to do this. Hold up. Why is it not better? Because I have... So... I switched to my bad keyboard. No, what? Bruh. Ugh. Ugh, 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 ugh. You spend the entire time for nothing. For nothing, I say. Why not? Wait, that was the village. So, hold on now. Let me put some music on. This. How loud is this? How loud is this? Okay, that's gonna get very annoying fast. Turn this. Okay, that's gonna get very annoying. Is it running at 60? Why is my bitrate so bad? I turned it up to 10,000. It was. I don't know why. Why is it doing this? Actually, is there a better playlist? 'Cause I didn't. Are we getting like so many depressed, you know, things now? Is there a better one? Please tell me there's a better one. I keep stopping because I have so many. Oh my god. Okay, that's. Let's see. We're just gonna go this way. go mining. I only have a specific thing I need to do. Okay. Hello. Oh, hello. 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 Sorry, guys. I gotta go over here. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Zinc? Yeah, it's zinc. Okay. Hey, guys. Sorry. Why? Bro, I'm just immediately getting flanked. Holy moly. Jeez. I'm gonna make one thing that I forgot to make. I don't even have an axe, so. Oh well. How low am I? Diamond level? I need. What's this music, bro? Okay. Where is what's diamond level? Bro. I'm getting out of here. It was a waste of my time. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, guys. Sorry. 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 I like this music. It's like just sleepy Minecraft music. Okay. There was no purpose of me coming down here whatsoever. Why do you have a sword? Why do you have a sword? Can I have it? No? Okay. Fair enough. I'm not even gonna... Ow. 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 Shoot the dude, bro. I'm gonna die. Ow, stop. Go away. Go away. Go shoot. Where even am I? I don't trust myself. I dropped my rotten flesh, it's fine. I don't need rotten flesh. I probably should have gotten blocked, so that could have been a very important. It's fine. Oh, what's this? Ooh. Get breath. Get breath. I don't know, I'm just digging. Huh? We installed the create mod. I don't know what half this stuff does. Mine passes. I think Damien said this wasn't good. What Y level am I at? What's the Y level? Wait. This stupid song. We need something more extravagant.
Oh, you know what? I'll help
Can
you.
I just get if I listen to Distractable, is that gonna?
Listen, I have a thing that Mandy told me that turned into a whole episode idea because chainsaws. You guys know chainsaws. I know for a fact Mark knows chainsaws.
I know chainsaws, yeah.
You drove around in your truck and chainsawed some stuff when there were catastrophes in your area and you were helping people.
I gotta confess, I see a chainsaw walking down the sidewalk, I cross the street.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
Don't feel good about it, but it's funny, so I said it.
Anyway, we know what they're for, right? If you look at a chainsaw, you know what it's for. It's for
Juggling at a circus.
cutting down trees or cutting apart trees or whatever.
Okay.
What if I told you that those were originally invented for a different purpose? And I'm talking vastly different, unrelated
I don't know.
to tree anything. What do you think James, Jeffrey, and John Aitken invented the chainsaw for in Scotland in the 1780s?
1780s?
1780s. What do you think they invented the chainsaw for?
What did it even look like a chainsaw?
It was some kind of contraption where it was like a hand cranked. Is the chainsaw blade and actual chain were similar, but you just hand cranked it. So it was a lot slower, but it was the same basic invention. The new ones are just motorized chainsaws. But so this was, yeah, it was 1780. This is a hand cranked thing with gears, and this chain still goes around and does a cutting motion type deal.
Well, there's
What
some
do you
iron.
think they invented that for?
I need coal.
I'm guessing.
I know this one!
Okay.
Mark uttered first.
I don't want to. He was so confident.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna say that because you started this off with some
Coal?
poop tangent, it's a fancy Scottish poop cutter.
For just cutting out poop once it's outside the body, or what? Is it?
No, it's how they wipe.
Coal?
Oh, okay.
When they're done,
Oh.
they just the blood will wipe it all away.
I can see that. I can see that. What do you think?
In Scotland, their hair is just different than other countries, and they keep it in a real tight braid. 1780s, real braided Scottish hair time. Real difficult to cut with scissors, so they needed something better for it. So they invented the chainsaw to cut through the braid. They don't have to unbraid the beard to cut through it, you know?
Probably.
Question:
Yes.
was it still used for cutting anything?
Oh, it cut stuff.
Okay, cut stuff.
You could even say it shaved stuff, but not in the way that I think Wade is imagining.
That doesn't help. Yeah, that doesn't help at all.
Do you want to know the answer, or do you want to keep guessing?
We got a couple more guesses, right, Mark?
Yeah, I got guesses. Yeah, I got guesses.
All right.
It was early catalytic converter for cutting emissions.
In the time before cars, they still needed to cut emissions
Yep, absolutely.
because of industry.
Y level? No.
I said what I said.
The way they
care
designed
about that.
shoestrings, those little plastic edges, really annoying to cut the plastic
But there's
bits,
no
so that
coal.
was designed to cut through the plastic part of the shoelace.
Unless
You have
I'm
little
like
ends
totally
on there.
missing it. I
I
can't.
got it. I know what the answer but
That was not a
you know,
cave
film,
sound.
So they had to have something that cut at 24 FPS. So they would crank it and it would chop, 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 chop.
Similar to Mark's answer, but it was actually plays. When the director would yell cut, the Scottish accent was so pronounced and loud whenever they would talk that they couldn't hear the director yelling cut. So they got the chainsaw to make the noise, which meant cut.
Actually, back in the 1780s, 1770s, there was a serious problem with cutting in line, and there was no honor in it. So they brought this out to cut whoever you were going to cut in line in half. So it had to be it had to be urgent. When people know that they got cut in half, they're like, oh, well, I guess he needed it, and then they fall over and die.
A prominent crop in Scotland is spring barley. Spring barley, incredibly difficult to cut without a chainsaw.
But yeah,
How did you Google that?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, how the shit would you know that? That's
I'm
not a
just
thing you know.
listening to distract me.
We were there one time. We went to the mall, and I remember there was just barley everywhere.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you, Mark got the closest,
That's not me.
and you should have just quit while you were ahead because your very first guess was the closest you guys got, Mark.
Oh.
The chainsaw was originally invented to assist in performing symphysiotomies. Symphysiotomies, which is the surgical removal of pelvic bone to help with an obstructed childbirth.
No!
Oh, God.
This is like an actual horror story. The chainsaw was invented to stick up in a woman's pelvic area
No.
Oh, my
to
shift
make
key.
more room if the baby wasn't fitting out of the pelvis of a woman who was trying to give birth.
How did that help?
It cut and shaved and otherwise widened.
Shaved what?
Bone, Mark.
There's
it was
nothing
because
there.
there's bone in the pelvis, and sometimes
I really
the
don't want to go
bone-
down there.
Bone's
It's okay.
not exposed.
What is once you chainsaw it a little bit? Yeah, so this is apparently the origin of the chainsaw, and then some other person saw that and was like, wouldn't that be better on trees? And the surgeons were like, maybe.
Some guy saw that. Boy, that really ripped right through that lady. You know.
This is a story where I wish I had aphantasia because a vivid imagination for chainsaw crotch is not it.
No, it's horrific. I will say I think this is the most horrific one, but I learned this fact. Mandy was telling me about this, and I was like, man, that's probably an episode of a podcast. So today we're going to talk about inventions that are currently known for some use, but were obviously invented originally for some other use, like the scariest sounding surgical procedure I could possibly imagine. This episode probably needs some kind of warning on the top of it about
Started with poop talk, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think it could go downhill
A
from
lush
there.
cave.
I've known this for about a week and a half
Oh,
right now at this
God.
point, and I'm still very uncomfortable about that information. The next one's way more fun than that.
Oh, good.
Also, Mark, I guess you get the point for that one.
Thanks, I guess.
Congrats, dude.
Chainsaw penis. Got it.
Chainus.
Chainus Honest? How'd you know about the sequel?
Chainasautus?
I hope you guys do not do that on that.
Whoa, one video every day for a year of something about chainsaws. Gonna really run out of stuff eventually, but
No, you'd be shocked.
not before you try your very own homemade symphysiotomy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Anyway, guys, bubble wrap. Nothing bad could happen with bubble wrap, right? Everyone knows bubble wrap. You order something in the mail that's breakable, maybe it's a glass vase or something, comes wrapped in bubble wrap because it protects it. It's bouncy, it's squishy, keeps it safe. That is what everyone knows bubble wrap is for. So what did Alfred and Mark think bubble wrap was going to be for when they invented it in 1957?
I know this one.
The phrase is losing all meaning. Do you actually know this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
1950s, right? This is after World War II had ended. We were still kind of
Okay,
in the
can't do
Cold
that.
War.
Hold on.
This was pre-Bay of Pigs. And a big problem in World War I was trenches. World War I, World War II, mines. So before you go out on the minefield, you'd put down your bubble wrap, and then you would cross it. It would kind of disperse your weight. And whenever you did hit a mine, the explosion would be minimized because there was bubble wrap in between you to protect you.
Sure.
I don't want to go down there.
Mark, what do you think they thought it was good? What was
Bitch.
bubble wrap originally meant for?
I don't have
Well,
much.
Those pesky childbirds. After you've chainsawed, chainsawed your way in there, you gotta have something to catch it when it falls out. So you just lay a bunch of bubble wrap on the ground and plop. Wah, hopefully.
200 years and 7 billion concussions later, they were like, this is what we need.
They just kept dropping on the floor. They were like, it's good for him. It's good for him.
What if this is just a whole list of horrifying medical contraptions? Everything is just comes back to
The true Halloween episode none of us wanted.
nah, bubble wrap's cool. It's fun. You know where it's even more fun? As wallpaper. Alfred Fielding and Mark Shivon
I don't.
were trying to invent
Ha.
a new type of textured wallpaper. When everyone other than them realized that that was a stupid idea and had no interest, they also tried marketing it as greenhouse insulation before eventually accidentally discovering that if you just wrap stuff in it, it keeps it from breaking as much.
They got fired. They were packing up their office. Like, well, I guess we'll just wrap it in this.
Probably.
Accidentally inventing something. That always makes no sense to me. It's like, what are you doing in your lab with like a hammer and plastic? You're like, tink, tink, tink. Ah, shit, a gun. Fuck. Get out of here. Tink, tink, tink.
I mean, I feel like phrasing it as accidentally inventing
okay.
something is maybe short selling how inventors actually work, but also isn't that kind of how inventors actually work? Isn't it mostly some person who is like, I have this idea for a thing and I just need to make it, and then they make it and it's just the fucking craziest thing. And then they're desperately just like, what is this actually usable for? What can we do? What can we do? Childbirth? Ugh. Yeah, stick with that, apparently. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Market it. Sell it. We'll figure it out later.
But would you have bubble wrap wallpaper?
No.
No.
Yeah, it sounds awful, doesn't it?
Down?
I hope we never... One of the trends I hope never comes back is wallpaper, dude.
Plus, what happens once you pop it? You get like a whole new room all re-wallpapered. It's all done, and then your kid walks into the room, and it's just like, pop, pop, pop. You're like, fuck, no, stop.
No, no.
That's $85 a square foot. Stop.
Here's a conversation to have, because Wade, you don't like wallpaper? I actually am totally fine with wallpaper, because what I'm sick of is the hyper-modern, everything's a flat white wall.
I mean, that's fair.
There needs to be some texture. You can have wallpaper that's not like the super texture stuff. It could give like a subtle something to it. And there's
You could do that with paint and not have to peel it off to replace it, though. Replacing wallpaper, moving wallpaper is
taking-
so awful.
it's not that bad. You just soak it and you scrape
Get in
it.
the corner for doing dark
Can be
magic.
a pain in
Oh,
the
but I
ass,
only
but
did a little
texture-
bit.
Terry, that boy can't
Or if
walk
you have,
anymore
like-
because of
like
you,
in
bud.
Oh,
California,
that's
on
what
top
you're
of
mad
the
about?
felt
Yeah, man,
texture
yes.
as part
But-
of the drywall. That's not any better. If you want to change that, you just have to like sand it all off or scrape it off anyway. If you're gonna texture your wall, wallpaper is as good as any other way that you're gonna do it.
And right now, Amy's helping to fix up the new room, and it's like she's got to put wallpaper on there.
No.
And it's really nice texture. It's a really nice color. It's like, wow, you don't have to paint that. You just kind of slap it on, and it's even and done. And you don't have to worry about perfectly evenly coating everything. It's like that's kind of nice.
I do find it really intimidating the
What's
seaming
the-
and the lining up of wallpaper.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like theoretically, you're like, yeah, well, you just put it edge to edge, right? But to actually get that edge so nice and actually
Oh.
straight and everything, I feel like there's no way I could do that.
Yeah, there's an art to it.
Someone who's a professional obviously can do it, but if I had the idea of like, oh, I'll just wallpaper my wall behind, it would not turn out like I would want it to. It would be, that seems hard.
That's why they're professionals.
They do paint in different colors.
Yeah, I know. I'm not talking about colors. I'm talking about texture.
I don't go feel my wall anyway.
You're not. How often am I? I'm not touching my wall either.
I don't know what you're doing, poop book guy. Maybe you see a good wall and you're like, I need to touch that.
I'm gonna find this book, print out that page, get wallpaper made of it, and I'm gonna secretly go into your house. I'm gonna cover the outside with it.
Oh.
I think some people on the subreddit are gonna back me up about
Hello?
this, but it's only gonna be like 2 or 3. They're like, no, I've seen this version of the book.
No, whoa. Wallpaper's
There's
coming
so much
back.
lava.
Wallpaper might come back. I just don't want it.
It is back.
Dude.
We're not the people who dictate that. It is back. There's lots of cool new wallpapers. That's the thing too, is you don't need to wallpaper every square inch of a room. You can do like one wall or part of one wall if you have like an area that makes sense.
Do you guys like the accent wall thing? I'm not big on the accent wall thing.
What actually?
Where you have like 3 walls, one color and one different.
You mean having a nice design to a room so that there's like a focal point?
That sounds awful, doesn't it?
James's room has that. He has white walls, but then he has the main wall is green that his bed is on, and it's like a jungle theme. But if the whole room was this
This is
color
weird.
green, it'd be way too fucking much green.
There's a nice diagram that you can see about it. It's mostly for set design, but it's for creating different space with painted walls. Where if you paint certain walls black and certain walls white, or certain walls one color and then one a complementary darker color, you can kind of shape the illusion of the space to have more depth or more height or shrink it down.
It's crazy how effective that is, especially in like photography and on video.
We'll just keep doing this.
Okay, Bob.
Hang on. I need a reboot or something. Fuck.
Get the chainsaw. Help him.
So like, I wouldn't just say like accent walls are dumb and suck. It's just like it has a purpose.
Yeah.
Why is it
The
dumb and
bedrock.
suck?
That was for the watchers, not you. Don't look at me.
You don't think I'm watching? Editors make my
Okay.
eyes really watchy.
Just galaxies. Just the Oppenheimer shot in Mark's eyes.
Make it look nice. I just don't like dealing with the accent wall. I don't like the look of. I feel like it just looks like someone was lazy and didn't finish the job.
If anyone of us is, it's Mark, but I don't think any of us gets to be in authority on interior design. I think that's very personal preference.
Trust me. Sorry.
Well, this is very important because I said so. A Play-Doh. Why did Noah McVicker invent Play-Doh in the 1930s in Cincinnati? Huh?
Ding.
Oh, that's confident.
Sometimes the baby's not ready to come out, and you gotta find a way to plug them back up in there to make sure they're not coming out.
Give them time to play in the womb. Right?
Yep. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I'm the one who chose to start this, but with that most horrific thing I think I've heard in a hot minute.
Guys, I know this one.
Huh.
All right, I don't think he said that, but come on, hit me with it.
At one point in his life, he had to have. So Play-Doh. It comes with those different like plastic contraptions where you can like make little Play-Doh spaghetti or make Play-Doh star shape, whatever have you.
Why
So
is there more
plastic
down here?
explosives in the military became a bad because people don't want to inhale microplastics. So they made Play-Doh because inhaling micro Play-Doh was much less concerning, and you could have different designs for your bombs to make them blend in with their environment.
Wade is exactly right. No, obviously not.
All right, that hurt my heart.
I would have been like, oh, that's interesting, but it's not.
That is, I could see how you would think that.
Why am I military in Mark's vagina?
No, well, obviously.
No.
Oh, so continue. Keep working.
Yeah,
sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Keep working.
I'm
The
thinking that it was probably a plumbing tool. In all honesty, it probably was something
Cave?
to help prevent leaks, insulate, kind of an early caulking, maybe.
I like that.
No. The name Play-Doh. Pizza was a big thing, and we had to find different food ways
Cave?
to compete with that. And the pizza dough was the key to a good
Bedrock.
pizza. So what if we make dough out of something else that can also be different colors, and you can really make it malleable to kind of make it whatever shape you want? Because pizza, one or two shapes, you square or round, but Play-Doh, it was really called a dough because you eat it.
No. All right, so when was this invented? When?
1930s in Cincinnati.
Perfect. That doesn't conflict at all.
I
So
think
this
this is
is
my way out.
when the theatrical version of The Simpsons first got on stage, and they needed something to replicate Homer Simpson's skin tone and texture. So what they did was they made stuff for the play, and Homer would then be able to say, "Dough."
No, that's stupid. So 1930s, Great Depression. People that were struggling, they saw the rich people going to their big fancy computerized ATMs. They're like, we're gonna make sure they can't get their money out. We'll make something that can fit into any orifice to stop their coins and dollars from coming out. And they made the dough to shove right in the dollar slot so the rich couldn't get their money from their ATM. Herbert Hoover.
I found an ancient
Bonus
sticky.
point.
I just don't remember where it was.
Herbert Hoover. Yeah, no, all right, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. No, I got it. That's stupid.
Okay, okay, yep, keep
So-
going.
Yeah, early on, no, never mind.
I got this one.
All right, cool.
So whenever you get dirt under your nails, you have to get like a file to clean out. It's really annoying. But the dough could shove right under, stick to the dirt, and you pull it out. And your dough would be a little bit dirtier, but under your nails, perfectly clean. And the teeth. Who needs floss when you got Play-Doh?
With that guess, both of you are impressively close. Mark was close.
Don't say about the childbirth. Don't.
Yeah, I wish. A
Not
little
that
bit, I wish, but no. Home maintenance was the right genre. Not a plumbing tool necessarily, but home maintenance,
was the
yes. And
crutch?
Wade is right with your last guess about cleaning out under your fingernails and stuff. Kind of. Back then, homes were heated by coal furnaces, which basically meant that there was coal dust and soot all over everything in existence because it went out the chimney, but some of it didn't go out the chimney. Coal is dirty, nasty stuff. Play-Doh was invented to help clean the wallpaper in your house. You rub it on the wall and it pulls the soot or the coal dust or whatever off the wall. And that was great for the company until coal was phased out almost completely and replaced by natural gas or electric heat. And nobody needed that anymore until a teacher realized kids could eat it and survive. So that meant it needed to go into the classroom. Play-Doh did a complete rebrand, saved the company, and started selling this goop to kids.
Was this an assassination attempt? Was the teacher like feeding the annoying kid Play-Doh every day? Like, fucking die, Timmy.
It was a school, right? So even though everyone else
Like
had
a
natural
knife?
gas heat, the school still was coal heated because schools are always behind the times and have low tech and no money for stuff. And so the teacher was probably just cleaning the coal off the wall with the stuff and dropped a piece, and a kid immediately was just like, help! And that kid didn't die for the next week and a half, and the teacher was like, we need more of this.
This will bring down lunch expenses tenfold.
All I can think of when I think of Play-Doh is the stupid video of you and Ethan making Thanksgiving dinners out of Play-Doh
Oh yeah.
and then fucking eating it. And that is the most vile thing I've ever seen you try and eat.
That was the most vile thing.
Look, I know you've done worse, but it's a texture thing for me. The thought of slimy Play-Doh getting in between your teeth, that is involuntary and I hate it. There's something about that like deeply disturbs me and makes me actually throw up a little bit.
I got Bob on this tangent earlier, Mark, before you got here, because I was looking on Amazon and I came across Kraft macaroni and cheese gummies that were recommended to me. And it's just a box that looks like Kraft mac and cheese, but it's like Play-Doh-y looking gummies that reminded me of the soup drops that we talked about, the soup lozenges.
Those are not as bad as eating Play-Doh to me, but yeah, those are bad.
There's so many different candy and snack manufacturers that can't get the collaboration thing right of like crossing into a different type of candy. But for some reason, it was totally unrelated, but Takis is really good at that. And so Takis is dead to me, as we all know.
For years, yeah.
But they're so good at doing the collaboration. Like their popcorn was really good. They had some kind of crusted peanut thing that was really good, but can't eat them because Ethan has exploding death disease. But how are they just good at? And how has no one working
What?
at Takis gotten me a bag of their fucking
Okay.
powder? How?
I'm not complaining.
Pretty unforgivable.
I realized you want a bunch of different powders from a bunch of different countries. Have you tried cocaine?
Have you?
I did use a cocaine grinder in high school
Your cocaine grinder?
that I used for my chemistry class.
Do you grind cocaine?
Someone in my family did, because we had a grinder.
I actually have no idea.
These just look like coffee grinders, but that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, you want to get the cocaine beans and grind them down.
But I guess it makes sense because I for some reason I imagine it started as a powder, but I guess maybe it doesn't.
We've not gotten there in Schedule 1 yet, so I'm not really sure how it goes.
It's like cooked and reduced down to like powder by basically cooking all the moisture out of it, I think. But
Yeah,
it has to be
this is-
then like broken up. Or, I don't know.
Okay.
Cocaine's bad, don't do it.
All the TV shows make it seem pretty fun, but it seems like it's probably more bad than fun to me. Now, I acknowledge that this is a pretty weird line in the sand, but the idea of eating Play-Doh haunts my entire existence. And that video that you guys did, like, I can't imagine a much worse thing. Someone's trying to torture me and force me to do something.
For me, it's styrofoam peanuts.
I mean, you didn't seem like you enjoyed it when you were trying to eat your giant hunk of Play-Doh, but you did fine.
It was incredibly salty. That was the only thing.
Just concerning, because I feel like there shouldn't be salt in Play-Doh.
It might have not have been salt. It just tasted salty. So who knows?
Maybe it's because you played with the Play-Doh so much that the salt from like your
That was just skin juices.
yeah.
That's lovely. More inventions.
Flint.
I know you can get this one. The hint is in the name.
Flint.
Treadmill. We all know what treadmills are. Go to the gym, do a little jog on the treadmill. Maybe you have a treadmill in the basement that you never use. It sits in the corner collecting dust.
All right, wait. You and I both know what the answer is. We're not gonna say it. We gotta get our bullshit jokey answers out.
Correct answer, put off.
So we know what treadmills are. But when William Cubitt invented the treadmill in England in 1818, what did he think it was going to be used for?
Let me ask you a question, Bob. You ever had a wart?
Sure.
I cut one off with toenail clippers and used like a pair of like needle nose pliers and yanked it out.
Yeah, I hate that story.
The treadmill, full speed, you just sand that thing right off. That's why it was invented.
Did you really do that?
He told that story on this podcast before. It was awful.
Never came back.
Because you did that and the wart was like, fuck this dude. Oh my god, I'd rather just stay dead.
It
God
grabbed
damn.
its bubble wrap, wrapped up its belongings, and moved away.
Actually sells insurance for Liberty Mutual now.
Every now and then I hear my hand, liberty, liberty, liberty.
Funny thing about a wart that I had a while ago. I had a wart during COVID, like it was on my thumb, and it wasn't bothersome. Or maybe I've had it longer. It's like a tiny little thing. With all of the hand sanitizer that I was using during COVID, especially on set,
It just died.
it died. It straight up just couldn't take it anymore. Because I had been drowning it in like high percentage alcohol multiple times a day. And I'm not saying this is a good therapy because like it dries your hands out like crazy, but it didn't affect anything else really. One day I looked down, I was like, oh, it's gone. That shit's gone. So, if anyone's curious about 4 or 5, 6 months of straight high alcohol percentage hand sanitizer, it'll kill about anything.
Hot skin tips from Mark. That's probably a good one to keep and never use.
Even before COVID, when I was working at United Dairy Farmers, the amount of times you have to wash your hands, like, when you're working with food products, it's like you're constantly washing, sanitizing. It does affect the texture and
I
stuff of
knew
your
it.
hands.
I
So
found
during the COVID time, when, I don't know how often you had to do it, but I imagine that probably did a lot of things to your hands. You probably have like 8 extra fingers.
No, that's pretty good.
They don't have to be on your hands.
Where are you sanitizing?
I got a book for you later, Mark. I'll show you.
Cool.
It's called Everybody Things.
We can remove it with a chainsaw. Just bend over.
God. Mark, what was the treadmill invented? And please give me something that's not gross, because I'm pretty sure the title of this episode is just going to be God.
All right. Well, then babies need to get walking soon. So as soon as they're out of the womb, after you've changed you just send them right on the treadmill and they get crawling or they get dying. You want strong. Sparta, actually, this was invented in Sparta, right around the time they filmed the movie 300.
Sure.
The historical one, not the remake.
The catapult, not as useful as you'd think for trying to aim it, but a treadmill at the right speed, you put something on there, you could be a lot more accurate with where you're aiming. So you put your little bomb or whatever on your treadmill and it goes, whereas you don't have to manually wind it like the catapult. Treadmill gets your bomb to the right spot.
I feel like if the treadmill existed in a powered form, you could probably just use it to wind the catapult automatically.
No, that's dumb.
Got it.
No. That's stupid. The real reason was when they made the Pope Mobile, the Pope got really mad because he couldn't move anywhere while he was moving. And he was like, I'm moving, but I'm not moving. And so they gave him a treadmill so he could feel like he was walking, so he didn't get confused as to why he was moving around and he wasn't moving. So that made him mad, and they made that for him.
Who wants to wipe these days whenever you can have something that automatically goes between the cheeks, not only wipes, but removes hemorrhoids at the same time?
Weirdly made by the same guy that made that chainsaw. He was really focused in the crack.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, whatever their names were.
Yep, that was it. Scottish names. True and true.
No, we keep this.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore!
I was going to make fun of you, but that was fine, actually. That's a good you know what? Good Scottish accent. Good job.
Thank you. I don't think anyone from Scotland will think so, but I'm glad you do.
Do you guys want to know which one of you was closer?
Sneaky,
I think
sneaky.
we both know what the real answer is.
Honestly, it's a pretty tough call because I don't think either of you was very close.
Well, no, no, it's for milling grain. It's you walk on your mill.
Ding, 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 ding. Mark wins.
We said it at suicide. We were gonna be all stupid, like we don't know, but we knew, right, Wade? We knew.
Yeah. Pink treads. What'd you say? Grain? Grain.
Really Flintstones tanks, you know.
Okay, so Mark actually did know.
Has to be
I'm not
very
surprised. You're surprised.
careful.
Anyway, it was punishment for prisoners.
Very careful.
They walked on the treadmills, and their walking powered the grain,
no.
giant grain.
Oh no!
deal.
Oh no! 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 No!
Unlimited power.
Mashunimiko does not like British people.
Palpatine at the grain mill, his first job.
Apparently, the prisoners didn't care for it, so sentiment on treadmills has not changed very much over the centuries.
You put a treadmill in a prison now, and the prisoners just start hissing, and they don't know why. Like a angry cat seeing water. Kangry? You know, cat angry. Kangry.
Now the elliptical, definitely for childbirth.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
It's okay, guys.
All right, I want to do one more. I like this one because it's funny, and I have a suspicion that the story is barely true, but technically true. Credit cards. We all know credit cards. Pretty much everyone has a credit card. If you're an adult, you almost have to have a credit card. It's pretty hard to get by on just cash anymore. So clearly, credit cards are for paying for stuff. But why did Frank McNamara invent the credit card in the 1950s?
I remember this.
You know this one?
I actually know this one.
You know this one?
I know this one. I really do. Wait, do you want to get any joke answers in before I?
Oh, you know, it's pretty easy. You know, Odd Job from Bond, how he throws his hat? Well, the hat was a little bit too obvious, so they needed something sharp and tiny that could fit like in a wallet, so to speak. So the
We
credit
got this.
card was the perfect
We've got
like,
this.
throwing weapon. It didn't look very dangerous, but man, could it cut through your finances and a throat.
So they invented the credit card after they invented the credit card?
Shut up.
Anyway, what I think this is, I'm not remembering the details perfectly, but it was part of an advertisement campaign for some department store. They sent out in the mail coupon-like card things, and it was like, if you bring this into a store, this counts as a line of credit. It was an idea that wasn't really for a national system of credit across the way, but it was something for specific. One store did it for an advertising campaign, and so many people brought it in, and it was so incredibly popular that they were like, hey, wait a minute, maybe there's something to this. And then they started actually expanding the idea and then opening up real lines of credit, because all it did was tied to like, this is your account, and they would send it to someone and they individualized for that account. And then people were like, I've never heard of this concept before, but sure, I'll go and see if I can actually have free money. And it worked.
No, that's stupid. So drug dealers didn't want to have their money confiscated in briefcases, so they actually came up with the credit system, keep track of who owed who what, and that way whenever the fuzz was low, they knew they could make their cash deal.
And that's how Bitcoin started.
The modern day credit card that's definitely not usually mostly a scam, always.
Because if there's one thing drug dealers don't mind, is people not paying immediately. They're cool with later.
I've heard they're very chill about that.
They used to be honorable. Remember the mafia? Vito Corleone, before Michael took over, he was all like, we respect you, Vito. We know you're a man of your word, because your word was your bond. Old style criminals different than these new criminals. Kids these days criminals, not the same as our criminals.
Those child criminals out there, damn, don't know respect.
Yeah, boomer criminals are much better than these Gen Fers or whatever they are.
I hope that's the next generation. I like it. I don't know what F stands for, but I like Gen Effers.
Fucking kids.
Yeah, no, that's because you can be like, it's a generation. It's a generation of fucks.
Yeah.
I think Mark is closer, but there's my version, which yours might be as true or truer than mine. My version is different in some of the details, but somehow also Wade was kind of correct with your drug dealer joke.
I knew it.
So the story that I got is that Frank McNamara went out to dinner and he forgot his wallet at the restaurant. And he had a bunch of cash in his wallet, because if you didn't have cash, you didn't have nothing. And he got his wallet back eventually, but all the cash was gone. And he was like, man, see? So he invented the Diners Club card, which was originally a card only meant for a handful of kind of exclusive New York City restaurants, so that businessmen could go out and like take their clients out or go out with their wife or whatever, and they didn't have to have cash with them. So in case they got really drunk before they drove home and they forgot their wallet, they didn't lose any cash. It was just a card, and they could just go get the card back from the restaurant. And so it was originally the Diners Club card, was meant for like a small, just a handful of places, and it grew and grew and grew because it was so, basically your story, Mark, it was so convenient and successful, everyone was like, we should use this for everything, and then they did. But
Oh
yours, honestly,
my
like I said, this sounds very
God.
like some guy dreamed this up and was like, yeah, I'll say I invented the credit card, yeah, see? And yours is probably just as true. These are things that probably happened around the same time, or one inspired the other, or whatever. Who knows?
Pro.
Green.
What?
Grain.
That was treadmill. Never mind.
Thanks for playing along. We started out with just about the most shocking thing we could, so all the rest of these seemed way less interesting. But
My taint
cooked.
hurt when you talk about the chainsaws, and it still aches.
was pretty sure that wasn't true, but I looked up and it seems to be true, and I just hate that that's a fact about things in the world, because what the fuck is wrong with people?
Did it work?
You know what? In all the looking I did, I never read far enough into any article to see if it was a successful tool in extracting any children from their now deceased mothers. I assume.
It was so brutally ineffective, they sent them deep into a forest. They're like, you know what, you're gonna live here far away from the population. And that's when they started cutting down trees to find their way back.
Just a guy. This is a. Or just like. Oh, another one's dead. All right. Next room. Let's try this again. Try this again.
I laugh. It's supposed to be reassuring, like I'm giggling hard.
I'm trying to prepare them for the fun of a new child coming into the world. You know, it's.
Yeah, they dressed like a clown, so the first thing the newborns would see would be a happy clown.
I slammed the door open to get everyone's attention, so we know it's about to begin.
Clown's outside of a fail over, like, oh, I try so hard to be happy. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep moving. Kick up in there.
That's awesome. Wade, you earned points for. Oh wait, that goes on Mark's side.
All right, Mark, what you earn points for?
Wait, you didn't earn points for that. That's not yours. Sorry. Mark, you earned points for 60% poop improvement. No shirt? Question mark. The book discussion. I didn't know how to label it. The shit book. Chainsaw butt wiping. Being correct about wallpaper. You won the Play-Doh. You won points for not cutting a wart off with toenail clippers and using hand sanitizer instead. And you got points for.
Am I 30 blocks up?
Good.
Am I?
News. Good gosh, shit. Something about credit cards. Oh, that says credit cards. Wow, no, it does not. It's supposed to say credit cards. Wade, you earn points for being an asshole unabashedly, knowing about spring barley for some reason, bubble wrap. Oh, the guys who got fired for bubble wrap, wrapping their belongings in bubble wrap. Herbert Hoover, doing a good Scottish accent, and then grain. You apparently just earned points for randomly saying words for no reason during the episode today. That was.
You really lowered the bar for me over the. Did you say a coherent word?
What? He said a whole word. Mom, get the camera. Anyway, how many bonus points will there be?
You know what you're adding to the wheel?
Oh, I have to do that still. 2. All right, we get 2 bonus points, and I still have to add something to the.
Should be best Scottish accent. They have to do it right there on the spot.
I really like that. So we get 2 wheel spins. Spin number 1. Oh, had the best time?
I didn't.
I did not either because of the poop. I had a bad time.
I didn't because of the chainsaw.
Well, is that a respin then? Everyone had a bad time? Is that what we're deciding?
I did not have the best time.
All right, that's a respin.
Unless Bob did. You want to point, Bob?
I didn't have a good time. I still feel like I might throw up because we talked about the Play-Doh eating. Respin. Drop the most items.
Didn't drop a damn thing.
I didn't even drop anything, and that's my thing I do.
All right.
All right, that's a respin. There's a lot of points up for grabs.
I need to eat, drop something, and do some songs real quick.
Loudest.
loudest,
All right.
oh.
One of you was definitely the loudest.
He did do his Scottish accent. I will say.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Wade gets to be the loudest.
Nope, not
All
doing
right, one
this.
more spin. Feels like we've already had too many, but we haven't. Hey! Hey, shirt closest to background.
Damn it!
Oh, fucking God.
No, look, we could call it. It's Mark, right?
It's Mark's flesh.
Wade's wearing a red shirt and has a gray black background. Marcus wearing it's a white shirt, but it's got some skin toniness to it because it's kind of opaque almost.
I think if I did the calculations, this would be closer.
I think Mark gets this one.
I'm fine with that. I think that's true.
Oh, thank you.
But I would love to see the numbers.
Yeah, Mark, can you just throw that together real quick?
I don't want to do the numbers.
You want to win, don't you?
And that is 2 bonus points. Wade, you earned a total of 7 points. Mark, you earned a total of 9 points.
Wait, so if I'd gotten both of those bonus points, it would have been a tie.
Yeah, it was really close to actually being a tie there. Could have been.
Mark, run the numbers.
If you had dropped anything or sung a song or anything that whole time, could have stolen that away from him.
There were a lot of opportunities.
I just gotta remember him. I need someone to give me the wheel.
Yeah, we need like a cheat sheet, and at the start of every episode, we all need like 30 seconds to just be like, just do a bunch of random shit. Like, okay, those are my points I've chosen for this episode.
Merch?
That can be your loser speech. How about that?
Okay.
Which is now. I meant to imply it's right now.
Merch?
All right, Mark, winner speech.
Hi, merch coming soon. We have designs in the works. We have different blanks in. Actually, they're in.
Oh.
We're ready to rock for more merch coming at you real soon. Have a lovely time. Thank you for this victory.
That's how a winner gives a speech, Wade.
Merch.
Thank you so much for watching and or listening to this show. Make sure you follow the podcast, and then you won't miss them. Because I know you didn't watch last time, which is offensive. Follow us. Our names are on screen. And if you're a listener, not a watcher, I guess you don't get to know them. That's it. Thank you so much for listening and watching and all that stuff. That's the end. Mark will host the next one. And he's awesome.
You know, at this point, if after all this merch built up and we launch it and no one buys it, we'll just delete the podcast.
Merch.
That seems like a gamble. I don't know.
We'll just delete it.
I don't know if we should stake that much on.
I really love deleting things.
Merch.
It's all fun and games until you try and delete the thing I'm a part of. Wait, we didn't agree to this. Hang on.
Merch.
You haven't heard the ticking of the clock this whole time?
I go back and look, and every podcast ends with the spiral and the tick-tock and the. Like, wait, no.
Sorry, man.
Anyway, podcast out.
Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractable. This episode, Wembley Wade repeat watches Leo Rex and asks his pals to fill in his blanks. Mankini Mark snooze slumbers his way into mad motoring and invokes the king of the Naga. Bulkish Bob wrecks a super seat with spraying, terrifies our natural satellite, and blames Mark for an earworm. From lizard people to extreme close-ups. Yes, it's time for Get Mad Libs. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Distractable. I'm today's host, which I feel like I've been saying a lot lately. I've been on top for quite a while. Feels good. Wade, that's my whole name. I'm joined as always by my co-hosts and friends, Mark and Bob. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Unless you said Mark's name's first, does that mean that I lose already?
Ooh, it does not, but it does mean I don't have my scoring pad in front of me, so I better get that going. Thanks for reminding me.
Can we get him in trouble for that?
Let's both throw our flags at once. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm so sorry. They missed the mark.
What color is it supposed to be? I have a blue flag.
I don't know, guys. I've got the point scoring right here. And
I'm
you guys can
scared.
challenge me on.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna say he's on a winning streak because I keep trying to chuck Wade the win and hoping he would make me win one day. But I think the ratio of Bob wins when Wade's hosting is 100%. I'm pretty sure. I do not do well when Wade's hosting.
I am about 900% sure you.
I don't remember that. I don't recall. Let's check the score.
Because I'm pretty sure the last one I won, or I hosted, was Philosophy Corner about free will, and you won that, right?
By kissing ass.
I don't recall. Editors make me lose, so I look better in this moment, but bad in the past.
Despite giving Mark's points first, Mark
Lost.
Whoa!
Oh, if you want that, you don't need the editor's help. I got you, buddy.
No, retroactively, only in the past.
Intro words and stuff. Hope you're all doing well out there watching and listening, especially watching. We know who I'm biased towards. We usually start this off with some small talk, so I guess we'll continue that trend today. How's things goes?
I have a harrowing journey, but I'll offer Bob the floor.
What type of journey?
Harrowing.
Oh, okay. All right, ends with a G.
I don't have anything that crazy. I broke a toilet seat in the middle of the night and it scared the shit out of me.
You thunderous bowel movement.
It was an old cheap toilet seat that came with the house, and it was literally like 3 in the morning, and I got up half asleep to get the baby, and on my way back to bed, I was like, I'll just have a quick pee in the toilet, that'll be fine. And I sat down on the thing, and in the middle of the dead of the night, it just goes right under my ass, and I just about jumped out of my entire soul. But no one woke up in the rest of the house. It was just my own private experience.
I was assuming when you first said you had to go to the pee, I thought the sheer power of your stream of urine shattered the porcelain like glass.
I usually don't pee standing up for this exact reason, but I was like, I'll risk it, and I power washed the toilet bowl right in half. I cut a hole in the side of the house once when I was really drunk. Comes out like one of those water jet CNC machines that cuts titanium.
Power wash.
It's actually my superpower. If I wear my special underwear that aim it down, I can fly like a rocket ship.
Wait, wasn't that actually a bit that we did? Isn't that actually?
Wasn't one of us the man who shits and one of us the man who pisses, and it was it's like a superhero fight between the shit man and piss man or something.
Oh yeah, good times. Was that 3 Peens or was that Distractable? I don't remember anymore.
I don't remember. Turns out that wasn't made up. That's just my life, guys.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, whatever my power was personal experience as well, unless it's embarrassing.
Not shattering seats, but like cleaning toilets and having multiple toilets. Man, I have learned to just sit and pee no matter what, because I have gotten real tired of splash damage.
Is it because you guys are so tall, so you're so high off the ground that it just falls like rain by the time it hits the floor?
Imagine you trying to pee, but you're standing on top of a 4-story building. That's what it's like for us.
And you're trying to hit us the same size toilet bowl, yeah.
Just for reference, okay? I know it's hard to imagine.
You're 6'4", but your dick starts at 4 stories up in the air.
It's so long, you have to arch it.
Yeah, even we have to climb a ladder to get to it.
Yeah, you could coil it up in your arms and kind of aim it, but who has that? I throw it up on the dick rack.
We used to do gymnastics where we'd bounce off of it like a diving board and do a flip.
Actually, I don't know why. I thought you were going to say rhythmic gymnastics, but our dick was the streamer instead of the streamer. Just imagine Wade in his leotard tumbling around.
I'm imagining. I'm picturing.
Are leotards always leopard print or never leopard print? And I only think that because they start with L-E-O.
Always.
That's why all Olympians look like leopards.
Oh yeah, I guess they wear those too.
That's where the name comes from. Leo, leopard, tard.
Leo leopard.
Outfit. Leopard outfit, obviously.
I'm a Leo, you know, a leopard.
Well, I'm a Virgo, you know, a virgin.
You have a kid.
You have a kid.
But wouldn't that be impressive? It's like the inverse of the Immaculate Conception.
That's why you should sit down to have sex instead of say it. Say it.
It's very dangerous. It comes out like one of those water jets that cuts titanium. Gotta watch out. Anything that comes out, it's the same pressure. It's crazy.
So you can't control that? You can't like put some kind of nozzle on the end of that?
Now I can turn it down, but there's sort of a floor on that doesn't get down to safe levels with normal controls.
I get you. You gotta have special gloves. I see.
What's your small talk, Mark?
Oh, you know, me driving again. For those who don't know, I've been bouncing back and forth between Texas to for movie stuff TM. I went out there yesterday, 5:20 a.m. flight. Got up at 3 to the airport. That was fine. I didn't get much sleep, but 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. So enough for like one sleep cycle. So I go there, great trip, very productive. I didn't get to bed late because I was working and talking with people. I get to bed. I set an alarm for 3:30. My flight's at 6 a.m. by the way. The airport's 30 minutes away. 2 hours before, very responsible of me. I wake up at 3:20ish, right before my alarm. I look over at my phone like, 10 more minutes to snooze. I blink. It's 4:45.
Oh no.
I swear to God, I just blinked. And my flight departs at 6. Airport 30 minutes away. I thank the person at the front desk. I didn't get her name, but she was so sweet because it was the same person that I checked in with, that I checked out with. And I told her, she was like, breakfast at 6. And I was like, I gotta be out before that. I was like, oh no, well, you better get to sleep. And I was like, I will. And so I told her when my flight was. And I'm sprinting out of the elevator. And she's like, oh, hey, you're late. And I'm like, I know. He's here. And she's like, believe. It was very sweet of her. I'm in my car at 4:58, I think, and I take, an extra few seconds because I wanted to change my phone. Usually it's avoid toll roads, but I was like, fuck it, let's toll it, road it up. So I take the time to switch that, but then the navigation is like, it's the same road. Oh,
Neat.
so I didn't save any time. That delay, I hit every red light, every single red light. And I know it's because I took the extra 30 seconds to change that setting. I'm not joking. Every red light. There was no one on the road. There was not a soul out because it's 5 a.m. and there's no one else. And I look around at all these beautiful Dallas streetlights, not a sensor in sight. They're all archaic 1950s tech where it's just a clock. Wait 30 seconds. I hit every single one. And half of them were right as it was turning yellow. And then I get on, and because Texas roads are just a nightmare. I mean, I live in LA. I know nightmare roads. Texas roads are worse. Like the highway on-ramp, off-ramp, the whole system is messed up. If you have ever driven in Texas, I bet you're proud of that for some reason.
Okay.
It's awful.
You know who you are.
You don't even get the Californians like, you take the 405, but you don't even, the numbers are all different, random, odds, evens, there's no structure, 3 numbers, 1 number, 2 numbers, every road's a toll road, better be careful. And so I'm gunning it, and I take the wrong exit. So I go, fuck, as I swerve across 4 lanes of empty traffic to the other exit that I wasn't supposed to go to, do a U-turn around, and I'm like, okay, it's an on-ramp, I'll get back on, I'll get on the highway, I'll be zooming, it's no problem. It goes off, because of course it does, it's a highway, it's like an off-ramp U-turn, and it goes back onto the highway, but it doesn't go back on the highway, because you go on the highway, and then immediately off to a service road. I hit a red light. It was one last red light that I fucking hit, and it was the longest one. And I'm looking at the clock, I'm like half a mile from my hotel. It is taking me 10 minutes. It is 5:08 by the time I'm just about getting on the highway. It takes 25 minutes there in my souped up Dodge Charger that the rental guy gave me that I'm 3 over the speed limit on. So I'm going 73 because at least it's 70 miles an hour there. And then I do the thing where I get in the rental place. It's 5:25. Throw the keys at the lady. Well, I leave them in the car. I don't throw them at the lady. But imagine if I did. And I get in there. I think it's at the terminal, but Dallas Fort Worth is the airport, and it's a nightmare if you've ever been there.
I've been through that airport a lot. It sucks.
Yeah, at least I was like, okay, they have a good tram system, so it probably has a stop at the rental place, not buses. Guess what I see as I'm running up to the bus stop?
A string of red lights between where you are and the terminal that the bus has to hit.
It might as well be. It's my bus driving off. My fucking bus. Just, I go to Terminal D, and it's like I see a big D, and I literally do the thing. Doesn't stop. Everyone else at the bus stop looks at me and goes. And there's not many people, but there are people waiting, and here I go.
Yeah, who was that guy?
I waited another 10 minutes, 5:35, I get on this bus, and I'm like, okay, I'm on. Everyone else taking their time, bus driver packing luggage, I'm primed and ready there, and I'm like, it takes 10 minutes to get to the airport. It's not terrible, but when you're this far behind, again, 10 minutes, 5:35, I arrive at the airport, flight leaves at 6. I'm like, okay, Terminal D, and then it's like, boom, everyone's getting off. If you're in gates 22 to 40 something, I'm gate 21. Wait another few minutes, everybody gets off. I'm staring this clock in the face at 5:38. We move 5:39. I get out. I have TSA pre-check, so I'm like, I'm ready to go. Here we go, baby. Where is it?
Not open too early in the morning.
Yeah, something like that. It was just no pre-check.
That always happens.
I look at the security and it's empty. Thank fuck. It's empty. There's no one in line. And I'm like, okay, where do I go? I had the two TSA ladies are staring me as I route the turnstile back and forth and back and forth. And I swear I was in there for a minute. And I get in there and it's beautiful. And it's like, okay, everyone check me out. She gave me like a little TSA pre-check, like, oh, we don't have it open, but you can put this, you don't have to take your shoes off, but you still have to do all the other stuff. I was like, thank you, I guess. And so I pack all my stuff, and by the time my stuff is out of the x-ray machine, my phone is ringing, like just ringing nonstop. And so I don't even put my laptop back in. I slap it under my arm. I throw my book bag, my backpack, my book bag, because I'm going to school, my book bag, my book bag, and I answer the phone. It's the gate agent asking where I am, and I'm hauling ass through the airport. It is like, it's 5:45 or something like that, and I know the doors close 10 minutes before boarding, right? That's like the deal.
Normally.
I get up, she's calling me like, where are you? I'm like, I'm 2 gates away. Wait for me. Wait for me. And then I see her on the phone, like down there, and she's like, oh, okay. Click. And so I get up there and I'm like, I made it. So they're like, all right, go. So I thought there would be like some fanfare, like, oh, you did it. And so I scan my pass. I go halfway down the jet bridge. My backpack that I didn't zip up unfolds completely because it's one of those backpacks that folds like this. My Tiger Balm muscle cream rolls
Back
down
home.
the jet bridge.
Tiger Bong muscle cream?
Tiger Balm.
You know, Tiger Balm. You've never had Tiger Balm?
You know about Tiger Balm?
Balm? B-L-B-A-L-M.
Oh no.
There's a joke in the Austin Powers movies about it. Oh, Tiger Balm.
It's for sore muscles and stuff like that, or sore back or something. It's good for it. Yeah, but we're rolling down the runway, and so I let go of my roller carry-on to go get it, and I chase it down, and my roller carry-on sails past me and goes like down as well. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I scramble. I just grab everything I can, and I burst onto the plane, like heaving, breathing, and the two flight attendants are looking at me like, welcome aboard. I'm like, I made it. I said to them again, waiting for someone to be like, all right, cool. And I was expecting, like, can you help me gate check this bag? He's like, oh, there's plenty of room. And I look, and the plane's like half empty. And it's just like, there's tons of space. Everyone was and we didn't take off for another 30 minutes. I felt really stupid. We were waiting for fuel.
When the gate agent called you, she was like, hey, Mr. Fishbach, you were like, I'm coming. She was like, oh, I was just going to tell you, we're like 20 minutes behind schedule, so you got lots of time. Oh, there you are. That's why everyone was so befuddled by your exasperated appearance.
I burst into that plane.
Okay.
heaving breath.
I know I was silent
was
most of that
running
time, but
so
enjoy
slow
the
entire
distractible
time
in the
with all my
background.
shit, and
Well,
Bye-bye.
the speed limit's 10. What were you going, 11?
I don't know, man.